little segment's going to be for hips, but it's also going to be, if you want to, I'll extrapolate it, really great for working on some hip mobility drills, just if you're thinking about golf, right? Specifically on that, for that one side. So let's do some 90-90 hip switches. So our hands are down and our feet are down, and we're going to drop our knees over. So my right foot is kind of in line with my left knee. I have my left knee in internal rotation. My left hip is in internal rotation. My right hip is in external rotation. The closer you walk your hands to the body, the more upright you are. Yes, Sharon, that's a good adjustment. That might be better. I'm going to open up this left knee. And I'm going to open it up as much as I can without moving my right ankle. My right ankle bone is still on the mat. Now I can't do any more, so I'm going to switch. So it's just a hip switch. I'm going to open. Oh, we just worked those inner thighs, right? We just worked those adductor muscles, so they're nice and warm. So we're hoping to get a nice big stretch here. So if you were going to warm up to go play golf, this would be a really great way to warm up your hips, or even afterwards. Really great to work on this range of motion. All right, so let's just bring both of your knees over to the left. And you have kind of a 90-90 going with your 90 degree with your knees here. And we're going to lean slightly forward, and we're going to pick up that back foot. So you're driving your right knee down, and you're lifting your right heel up. So we're strengthening this muscle here in the back of the hip, which is going to help us with external rotation. All right, let's go to the other side. So the closer the back heel is into the glute, the easier it's going to be. You can take your top hand and hold that knee down. And all I'm doing is lifting and lowering my back heel. So you might only be able to lift it an inch, and that's fine. Exhale as you lift. You want to exhale on the work. Maybe you hold it. And then let it go. You can feel, you can put your finger right here on this muscle. We're working this tiny little muscle, and the more we strengthen and work this muscle and use it, the more flexible our hips are going to be. All right, nice. All right, let's do some hip circles. So we're going to get on all fours, hands under the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips, and we're going to lift our right knee up so that our knee is in line with our hip, and our heel is pointing up towards the sky. And now I'm going to open my right knee out. Here's our external rotation, right? And I'm going to bring that knee around and bring it down towards the other knee. So it's like a donkey kick, and you can lower your left elbow down. You want to keep your right hip closed, and then I'm going to open and lift the knee up as much as I can. I'm going to bring it up towards my tricep and come down. So it's a donkey kick, a hydrant, lift the knee, lift the knee, lift the knee, and then come down. And then we're going to change direction. I'm coming to my right fist, okay? Because it's bothering my right wrist. So I'm coming up here into my hydrant. I'm going to try and get my knee hip height. Now I'm going to close off my hip and lift my ankle and come back around. Let's do one more. Hydrant. Keep the knee where back, hips to heels. Okay. Yeah, right? So sometimes when we go and we say, okay, if I sit in butterfly pose, or if I sit Indian style, cross-legged, and your knees are real high up because you feel, well, you say, well, my hips are really tight. Are they tight, only tight, or could they be tight and weak? This is exposing a weakness if it's really hard for you to do this position, and this because we're firing these little tiny muscles that we don't use very much. Let's go to the other side. I'm going to come down onto my right elbow and my left hand. My right elbow is underneath my shoulder. That's important, okay? I'm going to lift my left knee up, and I'm going to drop my left hip and keep it square to the mat. From here, I'm going to open. Oh my gosh, it's so much easier for me on this side. And then I'm going to come forward, and I'm going to come down. So I have a degenerative right sacroiliac joint, my SI joint, right? So it's just a degenerative issue, and I want to keep it hydrated, I want to keep it strong, so that's why I'm going to feel a difference between sides. Donkey kick, keep the knee where it is, keep the knee that height, open the knee up, and then bring it up to the tricep and then come down. Let's change direction. Whew. Okay, knee toward the tricep. Find your fire hydrant. That's harder for me. And then drop the knee, come to your donkey kick and come down. We're going nice and slow. I'm coming to my fist to straighten out the back of my left wrist. I've got my hydrant. Drop the knee, lift the heel, and then come down. Give me one more good one, you guys. Excellent. And then come to a seated position. We're going to work a little bit more on that internal rotation, but this time we're just gonna kind of hold it and see. All right, I'm seated. My hands are down. A little bit back from my shoulders. My chest is nice and proud. My heels are down, my toes are up, and my feet are about shoulder width, right? So I'm going to keep my torso right where it is. I'm going to keep my right heel on the mat, and I'm going to drop my right knee in. Don't let your left knee move. Your left knee's in a cast. And then come up. Okay, right knee stays exactly where it is. Left one comes in. Oh, look at that. Not the same. And come up. So you can make this dynamic. You can go right side, left side, or you can drop your right knee in. Close your eyes and take some breaths. With each exhale, maybe the knee falls a little bit closer, and see if you can relax your quad. See if you can relax your hip flexors. All right, I'm going to go to the other side. Nice big inhale and exhale. Remember, the right knee can't move. We're looking for release. All right, and let's come on our back. You can hug your knees into your chest. Maybe just put your elbows over top of your knees, and you can rock from side to side, just whatever. This is just a comfortable resting transition pose. Do whatever feels good. Broken bridge on your back, feet are wide, knees fall in. All right, if you're on your back, roll your knees to one side. Slowly press yourself up. The next pose we're going to do is standing. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to cross our arms over in front of our shoulders. We're going to come to our right leg, and for a golf analogy, this would be somebody who's right-handed, okay, that you would want to really work this side. We are going to work both sides. Your left foot is going to be back in kickstand, or your back leg is going to be extended like warrior 3 in yoga. And I want you to look down at your ankle and look at your ankle stability. See if it's jumping from side to side. If it's really rocking from side to side, this would be level 1. You would have your back toes down, and you would work on this ankle stability, right? Level 2, the back leg would be lifted. Level 3, you're going to rotate your hips your shoulders to the right without your knee moving and moving to the right, and without your big toe lifting or your inner arch lifting. So you have to, so think about in your backswing, if you're a golfer, you want that weight to be on the instep of that right heel, of that right foot, and your knee can't move. So put your back toes down if you need to, and you should feel all this in your right hip. Jennifer, you're a golfer, you feel that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I want you to rotate your shoulders to the right.
Yeah.
Do a backswing. Come on, give me a backswing. Left shoulder under the chin. Did your knee move? Yeah, right?
It's hard to keep your balance as you're moving your upper body.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's put the back toes down. I want you to look at this knee. Load the instep on the right foot and bring your left shoulder under your chin, and then come back. You should feel the load in the outer right hip, yes? Sharon, do you golf? Okay, this is really, really good balance work, you guys. And Jennifer, don't let that knee move.
Okay.
Then you're gonna lift, so you're gonna progress from the all 5 toes being down. You're gonna progress to putting your big toe on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're gonna progress to being an airplane.
Yeah.
But you gotta work on that ankle stability. This is our backswing, right?
I used to practice that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel it in the movement?
Yeah.
That's your backswing, right? That's it. That's when they say load your back hip.
Yeah.
That's what it is, even though that back hip is going towards the target, right?
Yeah.
Okay, take a break. Crazy, right? Thank you to my golf pro, but it's also in my mobility work. Now let me show you what it said to do in my mobility work. In my mobility work, it said arms up like an airplane, warrior 3, and then do your thoracic. Ooh, I can't even go to the left. And do your thoracic rotations, right? It's a little bit easier. I don't know why. But since we're doing a golf analogy right now, I would rather you cross and think about loading the right hip without the knee moving. The knee wants to go out, and we want to roll to the pinky edge of that foot. That's no bueno. Let's go to the other side, okay? We're working on balance. We want everything to be balanced. Arms are crossed. Left-handed golfers, this is for you. Back toes are down. Right shoulder underneath the chin. I am so much more stable on this side. For me, this is easy peasy.
I know. I am too.
But I have my degenerative disc, right? And I had a torn labrum about 4 years ago on the right side, so I have kind of a wonky hip. But I don't know, maybe because we're not overusing this side, because you don't do this in golf, right? So maybe you lift that back leg, Jennifer, and you bring the right shoulder under the chin. You're looking for knee stability, you're looking for ankle stability.
Yeah.
No matter what we do in life, if we can't balance on one foot without our ankle wobbling all over the place, that's why yoga is so good, because of the unilateral balance work that we do in yoga. Standing on one foot, just standing on that foot, right? So Jennifer, we found that our right side was weak. Just stand on the right leg, look down, and I see all these little muscles popping and jumping and moving.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long to strengthen your ankle and to strengthen the muscles in your ankle. You're standing in line at the grocery store. Stand on one foot. You're standing at the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
Stand on one foot.
My kid's ski coach made them ski on one ski.
Ski on one ski. All this single leg work. That's why I love yoga so much, because there's so much single leg work. Okay, let me see how we're doing on time. All right, we're doing great. Okay, let's just do a little bit with our thoracic spine, because the spine connects to the pelvis in the SI joint region, right? And so if our spine isn't mobile, then our hips aren't going to be mobile. So let's come to all fours. So it's always good to take a look in your all fours position, that your hands are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips, right? We're going to bring our right hand to our right ear, and keeping our right hip closed, tap your right knee down, twist and open, and then I can't do it on this side, but lift your right arm up, and then we're going to fake out, thread the needle. We're going to dive down, look under our left elbow, bring the back of our right shoulder towards the mat, but we're not going to touch. And then we're going to increase, and we're going to lift. And we're going to open. And then we're going to dive through. So do like 5 of them. Call this fake out, thread the needle. Someday I'm going to be able to lift my arm all the way up. I'm working on it. I'm working on this side. I'm stuck. And then come through. And then open. All right, let's go to the other side. This side should be better. Sorry, I can't demonstrate that better. Okay, left hand, left ear. So first let's open. Tack the left knee down. We don't want the left hip to open. Draw your shoulder blade down, and then lift the arm up. Look up at the top thumb, and then fake out, thread the needle. Dive down through your left ear, comes close to the mat, and then you inhale up. We're doing a nice T-spine rotation. Come through, fake out, open up, and then weave it down. Give me 2 more really big ones. Open up. Good, and then slowly